Hello guys, welcome to this video. In this video I'll show you how to make your Flutter app responsive. And trust me, it's really very easy to make your apps responsive. So I'll show you three ways in which you could do that. So the first way is, so first of all I have created this demo project, demo app. This is the outer container which has a height of 500 and a width of 500, and inside it I have given a row which have two containers of 200 height and width each. So we'll make this app responsive. So the first way is by calculating the height and width of the app. So for that, first we'll calculate the height of the app. So that we'll declare a variable inside. Make sure to write this code inside the build method, and this would require media query dot of context dot dot size dot height. So this will give us the entire height of the app, and we'll have to subtract this with media query dot of dot context dot padding dot top. So what this will give us is the area that is on the top, this area where the Wi-Fi, the network area is shown. So we'll delete that. So we'll subtract that, and we'll give finally K toolbar height. So what K toolbar height gives us is the height of this app bar. So in this variable, I'm storing the value, the height of the entire screen that we are using. That is the white area, by subtracting the app bar and the top padding. So we got our height. Similarly, we can get our width of the screen, media query dot of context dot size dot width. So we'll get our width and it will be stored in this variable. So what we could do is, we could, instead of this manual values, we could give our variable height. Now I want to make this 50 percentage. So for that we'll just multiply it with 0.5. So it will give us the 50 percentage of the height. Similarly, we'll delete the value of row, and we will give uh, let's say we give 70 percentage of the width. So now we'll save this and we'll run and see what the output looks like. So this is giving us an error. I think it's the error is in the context that we are passing. So what we'll do is, we'll cut this scaffold area and we'll create another class. Let's call this my body, and in this home we'll pass this my body class. And we'll paste this scaffold inside this. Now we'll cut this height and width and we'll paste this inside the build context, and we'll save this. Now we'll run this and see. We'll have to give a semicolon in the end. Now that gives us the output. We'll change these values to 20. This is the inside container. So we got our outer container in a responsive way. So that was one of the way in which you could make your widgets responsive. You just have to give the percentage value and you're good to go. This will work in every screen that you are running the app. So that was one of the way. So the other way is, without using this, I'll just comment this out. We have what we'll have to do is, we'll cut this container, we'll delete this height and width, I'll just comment it out, and we will wrap this container into a widget. In VS Code you can click Ctrl Shift and R. So we'll wrap this in a widget and we'll name this fractionally sized box. So what this will give us is it will give us a height factor and a width factor. So in this we'll just have to pass the values. Let's say I'm giving a height of 0.5, I mean 50%, I'll have to pass 0.5, and let's say I'm passing a width of 70%, I'll just give 0.7. So instead of doing all this work, we can just wrap this in a fractionally sized box and we could give this height and width factor. So now we'll run this and see. So that didn't give us output because you'll have to wrap this inside a flexible. So if you are using this fractionally sized box inside a row or a column, we'll just wrap this inside a widget which is called flexible, and we'll run this now. So we got our widget with the height factor, with the height and width which is responsive. Let's say we make this 80 and we run this. So we can see that our height and width is being changed according to the values that we give here. So now we saw two methods in which we could make it responsive. So that was about the outer widget. What about the inner widget? How to make this responsive? So for that we have another widget called layout builder. So let's say we have to resize this inner boxes depending on the size of the outer box. So for that we'll use this widget. So what we'll do is we'll cut this row and we'll give a widget called layout builder. So it has a attribute builder, and inside that we'll give context and constraints, and we'll have to return the widget that we are passing in this. So now we'll paste this row inside and we'll give a semicolon at the end. So we have wrapped this inside the layout builder. So what we could do now is uh, instead of the values that we give manually, we can give constraints dot max height into 50% 0.5, and similarly for width, which is constraints dot max width into, let's say we give 30% or more like 45%, and similarly for the other box as well. So we'll copy this and we'll paste inside the other box. Now we'll run this and see. So we could see that it has been resized depending on the outer box. So let's resize the outer box for and see if the inner box changes. So we'll make this height and width factor 50% of the outer box, and we'll run this and see. So we can see that the outer box changed, the size of the outer box changed, and depending on that the size of the inner box changed as well, but the percentage remains same, which is 50% and 45%. If you got some value from this video, show your support by subscribing to this channel. Thank you so much.